AI is changing how leaders predict what messages will resonate. Let's get into it. And welcome to AdvoCast Daily. Today is October 10th, 2025. My name is Shawn Neal, and today we've got a great story coming to us from Chicago-based MahaloHub. Now, MahaloHub has recently introduced a platform called Clarity. Okay, Clarity is this AI-powered video-first insights engine, and it's built for communications and marketing teams. Now, the technology is designed to help leaders understand how messages are likely to land with audiences before, before, that's the secret, before campaigns ever reach the public. So rather than relying on written transcripts or static data, Clarity analyzes real human signals, things like voice and tone and pacing and facial expression. And it does this to reveal how people actually respond to a message. The tool then compiles that feedback into summaries and sentiment reports that can inform everything from campaign direction to internal communication strategies. I have to say, if you were a fan of the TV show Bull, if you remember, he was a trial lawyer, I believe, and they used the psychology first software that would allow them to do the similar thing with potential jurors and read the jurors, facial expressions and body language to get an idea of who would be a good juror selection. This is what this reminded me of. Now, for executives, this represents a shift in how resonance is measured. We're moving from a very retrospective analytics, what worked after the fact, to very predictive insights that guide messaging before it goes live. And that kind of foresight, I think, could really reshape how organizations test creative, manage reputation, or even calibrate employee communications during sensitive times. But what's most compelling here for me is not the technology itself. It is what it signals about leadership communication. As authenticity becomes a competitive advantage, think about that. Leaders are seeking ways to validate their own communication narratives through genuine human feedback. So, platforms like Clarity suggest a future where communications teams can align more precisely with the audience emotion and trust and not just message delivery. Now, for communications leaders, I think the takeaway is this: the next era of engagement is not going to be about speaking louder. Okay, get that out of your heads. It's going to be about listening smarter. And that's what we're seeing here. That's what this drive is really pushing towards. So, a lot of great things in here to digest. Of course, we'll be linking to some things in the show notes for you to take a look at, but dive into this. Dive into this. And wherever you're watching or listening, reach out in that comment section. Let everyone know what your thoughts are about this type of technology, how this will help you in your leadership and your messaging. And we'd love to hear your thoughts. All right, my friends, it's the weekend, or almost the weekend. So hopefully you get a lot of rest, relaxation, and of course, you are going to be rejuvenated on Monday to come back and take over the next week and really win the week. So until we meet again, please stay safe and be well. See ya.